What's going on, Lake Pro Tackle fam? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I know I am. We just got our order rider from Megabass for the brand new Evolution Rod series, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about each of the different models here. So I have the info sheet. I do want to get this out of the way as well. We just dropped our own brand of bulk tungsten packs where everything, pricing especially, is built into it. So instead of going around buying 2s and 3s of 2 packs and 3 packs, we decide to sell these in 10, 8, and 6 packs for y'all. And you are going to be cutting out 30 to 40% compared to other leading competitors. So save some time, save some money. Check out the Lake Pro Tackle bulk tungsten packs. These are flipping weights ranging from 1/16 all the way up to 5/8. Best deals you're going to find anywhere. Let's go ahead, hop into these Evolution rods here. Now, a little bit more about the Evolution rods. These are going to be a brand new blank system utilizing titanium fiber, which is going to give you a very, very unique taper in action, and it allowed Megabass to go in and really dissect each technique specific rod blank specific to the type of fishing that you're doing, whether it's bottom contact or moving bait, anything like that. So I'm going to read off of this, so sorry if it seems just kind of elevator pitchy, but I'm going to read through what they sent us as dealers here. So available late summer 2025, so hopefully we're looking around that late August, early-ish September should be the latest. And MSRP, we are looking at $6.99 to $749.99 or $749. So this is going to be your upper class of rods. I'm talking moving in towards the Poison Ultima / some other high-end bougie rods. Now, of course, using titanium, I imagine these are probably not the cheapest to produce, but let me tell you a little bit more about them. Originally built on the flagship blanks and mandrels of the Megabass Destroyer, Ito Engineering achieved a groundbreaking advancement implanting titanium fibers within the original Destroyer's carbon graphite layers, which is one of those really, really neat things that I enjoy about the P5 line, and even going into the X10 lineup, is Megabass is really playing and pushing the limits on what they can put into each of these blanks. With the X10 lineup, they use this organic material inside the blanks to allow them to bend a little bit more, be a little bit more free. Of course, the 5D construction on the P5 series is extremely sensitive, versatile, and there are so many different ways to fish inside that P5 line. Of course, the bottom contact is superb, especially when it comes to sensitivity, easily comparable to something like NRX Plus. Moving along in here, each Evolution's iteration distinguished itself clearly from the ultra high modulus original Destroyer, gaining a supple, torque-rich character defined by titanium's unique responsive elasticity. So moving a little more into how the titanium fibers are helping this rod, it seems like the titanium is going to give this rod a little bit more spring, a little more elasticity, and of course overall responsiveness being a very high density metal or material. Now, another thing that you will notice with these rods is going to be the overall build, and this is where they're getting into some of the more innovation in terms of actual design of the rods, and this is going to play into the ergonomics as well. So 25 years after its debut, Ito Engineering introduces a completely reimagined titanium blank format, meticulously crafted to adapt to a increasingly diverse demands of contemporary and future bass fishing methods. And one neat thing is this next part, utilizing a ultra low resin, high modulus MX40 carbon graphite, intrinsically combined with ultra micro titanium fibers. This rod is going to achieve unprecedented tensile strength and overall a dramatically evolved composite shaft boasting over 17% greater capacity and exhibiting a robust fusion of rigid and resilient flexibility. So lots of big words there. I'm not the greatest at saying all these words all the time, especially at the end of the day here. But essentially, what Megabass is trying to convey in this is that this is a brand new technology, mixing in titanium along with the carbon and graphite structure already found in P5. Another neat thing going back to kind of the components of this, they have integrated the human tackle interface as well as the head locking system on the main part of the rod, which you're going to notice. This is really made to help the angler really work the rod it's made to be worked. So not every model has this new interface where the design is really changed and it's not one straight blank, but the new slant bridge is going to allow anglers to more efficiently fish their rods, which I think is really, really neat. So the Evolutions is forged for the dawn of a new fishing era. So going through here, we're going to talk about each of the different rods. And in this series, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different rods with basically 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different brand new technologies integrated into each. So we're going to take a look at this first one here. This is a F1.5 power, 6.5 foot, called the Expada, EXPADA. This is going to be rated for 1/8 up to ½ ounce. Going to be regular slow taper. So this is probably going to be great for some of your moving style baits, probably topwater. So legendary topwater rod, a standout in this series, has been upgraded with the MX40 Super Titanium Hybrid Shaft, enhancing its signature spring back feel. So as you're working your walking baits, your topwaters, your ciglets, karashis, dog X's, pop X's, not quite up to your pop maxes, but anything in that smaller range of top water, this is going to probably be the rod for you if you're looking for something like that. And we are in the bait casting variety, I believe, right now. Yes, we are. So this is going to be a bait caster. It's going to deliver overwhelmingly long casting distance and castability, far surpassing conventional range of ultralight rods. So being a 1.5 power, this is going to be your BFS style, really, really light style rod. Moving into the next one in this series, so moving into the F2 power, 6 foot 3 inches, so moving down in length and increasing the power by half a F power. We are going to be looking at line capacity, or lure capacity, 1/8 to ½ ounce again, and a regular taper. So this really shouts to me standard moving bait, maybe moving into that crankbait style. This evolved from the cliffhanger. So this is going to be the cliffhanger evolution. Japanese classic in the world of bait finesse rods. We do love the cliffhanger here, as well as the Pop X stick at the shop here. Those are a fan favorite. In the bait finesse game, using small rubber jigs, light rigs, as well as its uniquely arranged micro guide system, delivering pinpoint accuracy for targeting tight spots with precision, high detailed responsiveness, and a little bit more about the slant bridge here. So equipped with the ergonomically enhanced slant bridge, it will expand your wrist mobility, allowing for fluid, high freedom casting, whether backhanding, underhanding, or skipping at any angle or position. So this is kind of where we're starting to see some of that change with the slant bridge. Really, really neat. This is patent pending from Megabass as well. So this rod is going to really accentuate the Shatting X and Nanahan series. So your more finesse jerk bait, almost pull rip baits. These are going to be great options for this rod. Moving up, ½ a power. F2.5, 6 foot 8 inches, the north wall. This lure capacity is going to be the same as the last three, 1/8 to ½ ounce, and this is going to be a medium fast taper. Now the north wall is a full contact bait finesse special built to deliver long casting distance with lightweight rigs. Ultra sensitive tip is paired with a deep loading taper to provide stress-free finesse performance. 6'8" shaft, crafted with the MX40 Super Titanium hybrid material, launches light rigs with impressive distance. So this kind of almost sounds like, to me, something like the Daiwa Finesse Game Special. Maybe, of course, a little couple powers lower. The Finesse Game Special from Daiwa and the Steez lineup is very, very unique. It feels very fast in the hand, ultra light overall in weight, but you can still throw easily like 1/16 ounce, like little finesse jigs, like those little Kitech mono spins and stuff like that. So this one, again, the north wall, despite being a 2.5 power, it packs a deceptively powerful butt section and high torque that increases with the bend. So the taper itself is medium fast. So that means it's going to have a lighter tip moving into a deeper, more resonant back into that rod. So for you bait finesse fans that like throwing bottom contact, especially the small finesse jigs and stuff, this one is going to probably be right up your alley. Moving into what looks like a bait finesse moving rod, a 3.5 power, 6'10". This is going to be a regular slow taper, so this I would imagine is going to be great for your BFS crankbaits like the BFS Griffin or regular Griffin SR or MRX. A ultimate medium light fast moving rod, the Super Griffin Competizone, is going to inherit the legacy of its predecessor, the regular Super Griffin, setting a definitive standard for light cranking rods. Now this one here is going to have a balanced super titanium belly section, ideal for tension between stiffness and resilience. So it sounds like it's going to have a nice little snap to it for those crankbaits, but still have a good moderate bend overall. Equipped again with MX40 Super Titanium hybrid shaft, offers torque performance beyond its stated power rating. So I would imagine along with the Super Griffins, you're going to very easily be able to throw something like the Eye series, as well as some other ones, possibly like the Flat Slap or even some of the smaller lipless crankbaits. One that I think Megabass 110 fans will be very, very excited about, especially in the junior size, is going to be this guy right here, the 110 Stick Evolution. 4 power, being a 6'5", so almost 6.5 foot here. This is going to be a upgrade, which is hard to believe, an upgrade of the 110 stick. Of course, the 110 special, which is a USA or USD MP5, is going to be that normal American market longer rod, 6'10" or 6'11", I can't quite remember, but the 110 stick is going to be that little bit shorter, and it now debuts in the Evolution lineup with the Super Titanium shaft and slant bridge as well to go along with that. Now again, the slant bridge is going to allow you to backhand, really backhand, forehand, roll cast, anything like that very, very easily. So being able to flick your 110 into hard to reach places, this one is going to be a great one for you to try out. Let me read a little bit more about it. By meticulously analyzing every ergonomic nuisance of jerkbait techniques, from standard tip down jerkbait controls to its specialized shaft, from standard tip down jerks to controlled pops of the rod, this specialized shaft delivers superior performance tailored specifically for jerkbait applications, ensuring exceptional comfort and ease of use. Now, this rod is engineered to give anglers the absolute mastery over jerkbait presentations. So going along with the Nanahan series as well as the 110 series, these are going to be great rods. Now this is rated for 1/4 to 3/4 ounce. I probably wouldn't throw anything over like a 110 plus 2, I would think. Line capacity 8 to 20 pound, and I would assume this is probably in the braided line instead of fluorocarbon. So regular taper on this one, and this one is going to be kind of that highest price point at that $749. Moving on to the next one in the series in baitcasters, F4.5 power, 6'10", the Eisel, or Elzeal. This is going to be rated for 1/4 to 3/4 ounce as well. Medium, fast, regular taper. So this one here is going to be a redefined second coming of the original double helix DTI Eisel or Elzeal. The latest model adopts a higher taper design and comprehensive upgrades, fully prepared to tackle a wide variety of conditions. Now, this rod here has always been a great cranking rod for me. Anywhere from the Vibration X Ultras, really anywhere in the cranking realm. It usually has very good overall responsiveness in the blank to make sure those hooks go into that fish, as well as a very, very good taper to allow you to fight those fish at basically any capacity, as well as any line use. So braided line, fluorocarbon. This is going to be, again, 3/4 down to 1/4, 8 to 20 pound line. Another one that I was told to really, really talk about from Megabass is this one here, the Diablo. It's going to be a 5.5 power, and it's going to be a 6'8". Now this is going to be, again, 6'8", 1/4 all the way up to 1 ounce, 8 to 25 pound line, medium fast, regular taper. A legendary heavyweight versatile shaft, the Diablo faithfully lives up to its legacy. Its distinctly supple titanium powered elasticity effortlessly handles contact baits like bladed jigs, light Texas rigs, and shallow cover. This unique rod feel, unmatched by pure carbon rods, blends moderate flexibility with outstanding sensitivity, signature characteristics of the Diablo lineage. Thanks to the MX40 Super Titanium shaft, it's going to offer ample elasticity during casting and lure control on your retrieves. The smooth, uninterrupted bend curve allows for exceptional torque as well when precisely telegraphing line tension on the target. So really, really neat stuff. The Diablo is one that I have yet to actually touch, even from some of the older lines of that rod. I am very excited about this one being an F5.5 power. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to a lot of the P5 rods, especially for bottom contact and moving baits. Next one up in the series is the Damian. This is going to be an F6 6.5 power. So staying within kind of those Japanese bounds of rod lengths, this one's going to be a little bit shorter overall, being 6.5 foot, 3/8 to 2 ounces. This one here is going to be a regular taper built for heavy precision. So this is going to be a great technical rod for frog fishing, especially with braided line, heavyweight lures when it comes to Texas rigs, free rigs, anything in dense heavy cover. This is going to be the rod for you. So this one is also going to boast enough power that they're saying to throw anything in the Mag Draft series, as well as iSlide 187, as well as iWing 135. So this blank overall is going to have a deep bend in it to allow you to keep those hooks pinned on not just the Mag Draft series, anything with a treble hook, but something with a big heavy-duty hook, maybe 2X style hook like frog fishing. This is going to embody the 666 configuration, a new golden ratio power spec designed purely for dominant heavy action. Despite being shorter, 6'6", the super titanium shafts can easily outcast any 7-foot carbon rod, enabling seamless long-distance casting with minimal fatigue. So really, really cool stuff. A little bit more bend in this one. And again, it is going to be a 6 power, rated for 3/8 up to 2 ounces. Really, really cool. This one is going to be something I think a lot of you that really love the Destruction series are going to love. This is the Destruction. Little bit longer rod, moving into 7 power, 7'2". The Destruction embodies the Destruction embodies otherworldly power and absolute anger control. High taper, MX40 is going to provide massive torque. And let's see, let me skip kind of through here. This is going to be ultra fast techniques where you need to make contact with whatever you're fishing for immediately. So it is saying in here, swim jig tactics as well as bigger spinner baits, chatter baits, high torque applications where you need to get your bait in and get it out, set that hook really, really fast. Destruction is going to be the ultimate hyper performance model built for extreme anglers, dominating power and precision. Okay, I think we are moving into the spinning rods now. So the spinning rods as well are going to have and utilize some of the slant bridge. So we're going to talk about those next. And I hope y'all aren't getting too bored here. I appreciate each and every one of you who are kind of staying through this video as we go through each of these rods. First up in the spinning series, this is an F1 6'3". This is the Lycon MS mid-strolling rod. So, or Lycaon. Lycaon. Probably butchered that. That's all right. It's a mid-strolling rod. Being 6'3", 1 power, this is going to be a dedicated model for mid-strolling with lightweight jig heads. It is specifically tuned for the unique tempo of rod work required to generate the desired rolling swim action thanks to its taper, and makes it easy to maintain that rhythmic slack in the line. For those of you that don't know, the mid-strolling technique really excels when your jig head doesn't climb. Most of that action needs to happen within the bait without rising too much. So you want slack in your line to allow that to roll without pulling it up too much. And that's one thing that I see a lot of anglers don't really get when they're out on the waters. When they're pulling, there's a ton or almost no slack in the line, causing their bait to fly away from the fish really, really fast. So being a regular taper rated for 1/16 up to 3/16, which isn't very much, I'm going to be honest, very, very light, being a 1 power. During mid-strolling, the slant bridge also functions as a perfect counterbalance to the continuous tip manipulation. So as you're working that rod up, this slant bridge is going to give you a little bit more balance to keep that rod in a set position. All right, next up is going to be the F1.5 power, going to be a long distance casting model. So instead of being 6'3", this is going to be 6'10". The Lycaon, I don't know, Lycaon LD. This is going to be long distance. So just about all the stuff I talked about in this last model, this is going to be made for longer distance casting. Very, very similar, 1/16 up to 1/4 ounce. And this is going to also be a regular taper. So very similar in that lighter tip, moving into a stronger backbone. This is going to give you a high level responsiveness for finesse plugs such as the Siglet, Karashi, Shading, R55 series, and I would imagine you could probably easily throw something in that Pop X range. Super titanium fiber is going to deliver exceptional elasticity under load with effortless setting of the hook into big, big fish. So you're going to have, again, tons of torque behind this rod, but still be able to manipulate these baits with that softer tip section. Moving into a 2.5 power 7-foot rod, the Sububamagashi 699. This is going to be a 7-foot rod rated for 1/16 up to 3/8 ounce, medium, fast, regular taper. Going to be a long distance spinning rod featuring smooth, masterfully engineered variable taper that transitions into a medium fast to regular action. So this one here, the sensitive tip captures even the faintest of short strikes. So this is going to be another great rod for your forward-facing sonar baits. This is going to be great for your finesse jigs, drop shots, Nikos, and wacky rigs. A great overall utility rod, I think, especially being F2.5. It's going to have kind of just enough power to do some of those finesse techniques and moving up into a little more of the power finesse. Next up here, we have an F3ST. So this is going to be a stinger tip, I believe. This one here is going to be the Hedgehog Syringe. This is going to be that upper echelon of pricing. It's going to be $725, 6'11". A great, one of my favorite lengths that Megabass makes. Just long enough, a little bit longer than most of the standard Japanese lengths, but also long enough for really long distance casting in the American market here in the United States. The Hedgehog Syringe merges the iconic solid tip sensitivity in the historic Hedgehog series with cutting edge titanium shaft. The solid tip is optimized to detect and trigger bites for short bite windows. Ideally, small jigs, drop shots, Nico rigs are going to be great for this rod, especially moving into the power finesse. You can use a little bit larger heads as well as something like a finesse wobble head or free rig. So unlike conventional solid tips, this is made of pure carbon. The titanium springback elasticity allows effortless long casts, even with lightweight rigs. Really, really neat. This next one here is going to be half a power up, F3.5, 7'3", TIX-S, Likiri, 749. This one is going to be a medium fast taper, lure capacity 1/8 to 5/8. Now, this flagship spinning model of the Evolution series is going to be superior in casting distance, of course being 7'3", along with the ultra titanium reinforced blank. This is going to be engineered for super long casting with light rigs and 120Z class shad, minnows, and plugs. So this one here is going to be balanced by the slant bridge grip, with compact movements enabling anglers to swiftly cover vast water expanses without fatigue. This one here is going to be the new standard for power spinning rods, offering lightning fast responsiveness, extraordinary distance, and dominating strength. So now we're moving into the last spinning, it looks like, in the series, and this is going to be a little bit heavier. So this one's very interesting here, in my opinion. This is a F4.5 power, 6'2", and this is going to be the Hedgehog Stinger at that top of the price range, $749. 6'2" rod. This is probably the shortest rod that I think we are going to have in the shop. So stay tuned on this one. I'm going to read the whole thing for y'all. The legendary Hedgehog Stinger is now enhanced with super titanium, redefines cover finesse spinning tactics, merging a specialized solid tip developed by the Hedgehog series with a robust titanium blank from Evolutions. This rod offers unmatched strength and sensitivity for fighting fish in tight cover. Designed to excel in situations where finesse is necessary, but retreat is not an option, whether targeting thick timber, tangled bushes, laydowns, using its intense torque to wrench big fish from cover with overwhelming force. Its solid tip detects subtle bites with stunning clarity, and MX40 Super Titanium Hybrid Shaft ensures quick, dominating hook sets. This rod is going to redefine strength, now elevated by the titanium construction, marks a significant evolution in cover finesse spinning, earning its place as a true game changer. So I hope you enjoyed learning about each of the rods coming in here, a little more about the technologies. I'm sure most of you have probably clicked off the video by now, but I appreciate each and every one of you for staying in here with me. So the technologies that we're seeing in this new Evolution line is going to be the MX40 Super Titanium Shaft, the Evolution head locking system when it comes to multi-axis structure precisely machined from a solid block of high-strength aluminum. This is going to be the actual part that you're locking the reel on with. The slant bridge, palming seat is new, as well as the airy fit ergonomic seat. So there's two different reel seats in there. One's going to be more made for bottom contact feel. The other one is going to be for comfort. Another one is going to be what I just said, the ergonomic contact seat, the IES reel seat. And then we also have in here the Evolution original tight threading on the guides to keep those guides in place. And this rod, or these rods, are going to use Fuji titanium frame SICS guides. So top of the line guides, ultra proprietary blank from Megabass using that titanium. And it looks like we're going to have thread colors in 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 different colors inside each of the wrappings, which is really neat. I don't have pictures for every single rod at the moment. So as we get the rods in, we're going to do another breakdown video kind of talking about the overall aesthetics of the rod when it comes to the wrapping, the colors, how does the blank feel, showing you what the bend looks like on camera, because I've had so many comments and so many DMs saying it's awesome that you're showing each of these rods, flexing them, you know, something like what we do with the Stee series. Of course, if you aren't familiar, we're going to show you exactly what that blank is doing, show you, you know, does it have a real soft tip section, does it have a good bend throughout the whole rod. We're going to be focusing on that. So last thing is we cast August 16th, 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We are very excited about that. We're going to have tons of stuff. We're going to have this guy rigged up for you to try at the shop. Bates is going to be here with their brand new reels as well. We have a humongous lineup of P5 and X10. We've got in-store tackle promotions that you all are going to love. And if you enjoyed this video or learned anything from it, please consider subscribing to the channel. As well as leaving likes on videos. We definitely appreciate it. It helps us out in the algorithm, and we're looking to just grow from here. So y'all, I think we did hit 7,000 subscribers on YouTube not too long ago, I believe, when I was actually at iCast, and we can't be more grateful to you for that. So y'all, stay tuned. Bunch of cool stuff coming, and if you do happen to make it to WeCast, tons of giveaways and prizes. So I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I'm going to end it here. We'll see you next time, Lake Pro Tackle. See you guys.